He's told me he wants to make a deal. Zelensky wants to make a deal.
Donald Trump has issued a warning that he will impose significant tariffs and additional sanctions on Russia if President Vladimir Putin does not take steps to conclude the war in Ukraine. In a post on his social media platform, Truth Social, Trump stated that his efforts to negotiate a resolution to the conflict will be a very big favor to Russia and its leader. He has previously claimed he could resolve the ongoing crisis stemming from Russia's full-scale invasion, which began in February 2022 within a single day. While Russia has yet to respond to Trump's comments, senior officials have indicated that there may be a limited opportunity for Moscow to engage with the new US administration. Putin has repeatedly expressed his willingness to negotiate an end to the conflict, which has been ongoing since 2014, but insists that Ukraine must acknowledge the reality of Russian territorial gains, which currently accounts for approximately 20% of Ukrainian land. Additionally, he has refused to allow Ukraine to join NATO. Kyiv is resistant to conceding any territory, although President Volodymyr Zelensky has acknowledged the possibility of temporarily relinquishing control over certain occupied areas. During a press conference on Tuesday, Trump mentioned that he will be speaking with Putin very soon and suggested that imposing further sanctions is likely if the Russian leader does not engage in negotiations.
You've called for a ceasefire in Ukraine. If Vladimir Putin doesn't come to the table to negotiate with you, will you put additional sanctions on Russia?
Sounds likely.
In his Truth Social post the following day, Trump elaborated, stating, and I quote, "I'm going to do Russia, whose economy is failing, and President Putin a very big favor." He urged for an immediate settlement to end what he called the ridiculous war, warning that conditions will only worsen. Trump emphasized that if a deal is not reached soon, he will have no choice but to impose high taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on all Russian exports to the United States and other participating countries. He continued by stating, and I quote, "Let's bring this war, which should never have started if I were president, to an end. We can do it the easy way or the hard way, and the easy way is always preferable. It's time to make a deal."
You take a look at their economy, you take a look at the inflation in Russia. So I would hope, I got along with him great, and, you know, I would hope he wants to make a deal.
As discussions continue, Russia's deputy UN ambassador has stated that clarity on Trump's expectation for a peace deal is necessary before proceeding. Meanwhile, Zelensky addressed the World Economic Forum, asserting that any agreement will require at least 200,000 peacekeepers, and emphasized that US troops will be essential for effective deterrence against Russia. While Ukrainians' leadership may appreciate Trump's assertive rhetoric, often claiming that strength is the only language Putin understands, the initial response in Kyiv suggests a preference for concrete actions rather than mere words. Trump has not specified where additional economic penalties might be directed or when they could be implemented. Since 2022, Russian imports to the US have significantly decreased due to existing restrictions. Currently, Russia's primary exports to the US include phosphate fertilizers and platinum. Kevin Juma, ATV Africa News, Europe.